Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 21 shows us Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan ability, Ohirume, and essentially the way that it works is she's able to control, at least what we've seen, 4 black spheres that can kind of move gravitational force. Like, it's essentially, it can make herself levitate, her opponent levitate, it can like float iron sand to it and other objects towards them. She can enlarge the objects. It's essentially kind of like, think of her as like a solar system, okay? And Sarada is the sun, and each one of the black orbs or the black spheres are like planets, okay? And she can make the gravitational pull or the force go to each one of those planets, and she can also make herself levitate, float her opponents, and keep things from going in and out of that gravitational force area. So the way that it works is that if I throw a shuriken right at Sarada, okay, and her Mangekyo Sharingan ability is there, and let's say just one of those black spheres are there, then it'll automatically be pulled towards it, and then boom, it'll divert away from her and go straight to the other one. So it's actually pretty crazy technique. It's like nothing can really hit her as long as all of those things are right there. Now, how it would work against like maybe like, let's say a giant meteor. You remember that giant meteor, like Madara just like drops on everybody? I don't know how it would work on that. Like if she would just be able to like float it or levitate it or keep it from hitting the ground. That's the only kind of like how much can she like really handle. Now in chapter 21 we'd see that the iron sand from Ryu, she can divert it all day long. And the only thing that we don't know is what happens when it gets pulled in or sucked in by the black spheres. So when the gravitational force pulls the iron sand, where does it really go? Because it doesn't just like pull away or whatever. I guess the way that it would work is if the black sphere is just kind of like pulls it in and then it covers it. So like think of like if you were to ball up a paper towel of water and then you kind of like covered it with like, I don't know, sand or whatever. The sand wouldn't just disappear into a whole new place. It would just be stuck onto the paper towel, the wet paper towel. Does that make sense? So it'd be like this big mud ball, you know, so to speak. And I feel like that might be part of it. I also think that she might have like a whole separate dimension in the same way that Kakashi and Obito had one, like in their Kamui dimension. She has her own separate dimension, and she can use the Ohirume to like maybe teleport, you know, it's unclear. So like, let's say for instance, theory here, Sarada has her 4 black spheres, right? Let's say she leaves one in the Hidden Leaf Village, she goes out on a mission, and she only has 3 available to her. But the other one in the Hidden Leaf Village, she can make like a portal using her other 3 like black spheres and teleport to the Hidden Leaf Village and back. So that would be kind of like that's an idea, that's a theory, being able to teleport through her dimension to another part of the world. I think that would be a pretty cool idea, cool concept. Unsure if it's like real or not, but we see that that's basically the idea behind her ability. Now, after she enlarges the sphere and she basically crushes Ryu with the force of her black sphere ball, she enlarges it and its gravitational force is stronger the bigger and bigger she makes the spheres, and Ryu wouldn't be able to like lift a finger. And the Shinju aren't weak, they're supposed to be really strong. So he's getting pulled in until eventually his body like crushes and crumbles and then disintegrates, and then he turns back into the Soul Thorn Bulb. And I really feel like that's the main attack, but we don't know how many times Sarada can do it over and over and over again. One time, she did this one time. This is her first time ever doing it intuitively. She didn't have to be like, she didn't learn it throughout the 3 years. She didn't practice it. She kind of just now awakened it and is able to use it. And just basically knows how to use it. Like, just like riding a bike or, you know, maybe like breathing. You know, she does it right away. She just does it, you know, she just automatically knows how to use it. And then finally, I think that it might be just a one and done type of deal until she like gets the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, which will be pretty interesting to see later on. But until then, she's not able to like spam the ability, and obviously it drains her chakra. After she finished her attack on Ryu, she kind of fell to the ground, or Mitsuki caught her and saved her. So it's kind of like a one and done deal. And this is just the one ability that she has with the Mangekyo Sharingan. We can kind of see that we focus on maybe like her right eye or her left eye or whatever, and that's supposed to symbolize that that's the eye that she's using for that technique alone. It hasn't shown the other things that she can do with her other eye, like fire style, like the Amaterasu and whatnot. So we'll have to see how that all plays out moving forward. We haven't seen her use any genjutsu or anything of that sort. So until we get those questions answered, this is just one of her abilities, okay? But it's really, really OP. It's crazy how strong this ability is. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how Sarada uses it in the upcoming battles. Because next chapter, Jura's going to come through, and if he, like, let's say he unleashes a tailed beast bomb, maybe she'll be able to absorb it, but it won't be able to avoid the blast. So if he throws a tailed beast bomb into one of the spheres and it explodes, it's probably still going to, like, cause her damage or hurt her or whatever. So it has to be used carefully, and I'm going to be interested to see how it goes. But as of right now, she's on the floor, drained of chakra. She's not going to be able to use this ability again, so we're going to have to see how everything ends up turning out. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Yeah.